Okay, here we go. Our April director Zoom call is going to be on training your leaders. And I just recently learned this new way of action planning. It's going to replace the coaching call type of vibe that we were getting. Hey Gina, we are recording, just FYI, okay? It's going to be on my YouTube page. And if you could mute yourself if you are unmuted, because otherwise it'll be a lot of background noise. Okay, so we're going to change the mindset. Well, this is what I'm going to do. If you guys want to do it, I encourage you to do it alongside of me, because this is the direction that I'm going, and I'm going to teach the leaders the same way. If you don't know, if you haven't been on the leaders page, I let them know today that it's okay, Karina, no worries, you're here, that's what matters. I'm going to teach the leaders into a program called Coaching the Coach that I learned from one of my mentors, Chloe Cox. Let me mute you. Okay. And it's extremely helpful. When I started doing that part of the business, Coaching the Coach, my business, I went from director to superstar director in a matter of 3 to 4 months. So it works once you focus in on what it's working on. So, but I want to start you guys on this action plan so that once these leaders start catching it, you guys are going to be able to keep them on the right path. Because without you guys, to be honest, let me ask you this question, and it's a rhetorical question. I just want you to think about it, because I was talking to my mentor, and she was saying, you know what I do is she removes her directors from the main page once they promote, and then they're on their own to build their own culture. Hi, Anna. To build and train their own groups. What if I were to say, which I'm not, but what if I were to say, I'm going to remove you once you hit director, go build your group? How confident would you guys be to be on your own to building your culture? Because what I'm seeing is some of us, and may not be the people that are on this call necessarily right now, but some of us are depending on others to train our team, and we sit back and we get the fruit. No longer is that going to happen, because, like, for instance, for this month, I'm focusing on my front line, and this month I'm doing a little bit of leadership training. But after this month, I'm going to kind of pull my hands off of certain areas of the business so that you guys can step up and start training your teams and start doing the things that we should be doing as directors. Because luckily, I don't have to do that, or I don't want to do that. I don't want to remove you guys from the group once you promote to director, because I believe that we're a big, huge family. But I do want us to start raising up leaders and giving them a solid foundation. And I learned this new way of action plan. Like I said, it was called coaching call, but now it's called action plan. I learned it from Chloe Cox, and I did learn from her training video, and I took notes and put it together myself, and I made my own forms. So I will actually post that link when I post this, so that you guys can watch their full training. The full training is like 85 minutes, but I condensed it because it's very simple, and I want us to just learn from this. Okay, a lot of us are new directors. Anna promoted, was it last month, right, Anna? You promoted last month, and then we have Christina that promoted, or Anna, you did the month before last, and then Christina was last month. So we have a lot of new directors. So now it's time to train our leaders. So, and it's going to be based off the 3 legs of success. This form is in the director page under files already. I will make sure that it's there when I leave this chat after, just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure I uploaded it already. Okay. So some of us automatically assume since they promoted to a leader, they know how to lead. Most people are not natural leaders, and some people promoted by accident, but they want to learn. So our job as their directors and star directors and superstar director is to teach them how to lead. We don't just throw them in the leader program and forget about them. Oh, they'll take care of that. Rihanna's going to run that page. That's not what we do. We have to train our own leaders. Most of them want to, they just don't know how to. Okay, so some of us might be natural leaders in here, but there's a lot of people that are not, and it's pulling them out of their comfort zone. Okay, and when we create action plans, we are helping them to create their own business entity, their own identity in the business. Oh, I'm a leader now in this business. So when we help them create action plans and teach them how to create action plans for their team, then we are setting a solid foundation. We want to make them excited to be into leadership, not frustrated, not scared, not like, I don't know what to do, I'm alone. We want them to know that we've got their back and be excited about it, and we want them to win. So here are the sheets, and I'm going to go through them right now. One of them is on recruiting, one of them is on leadership, and one of them is on PRV. I am going to upload a blank copy for you because mine has my little logo here, and it just says Squad Goals Team Action Plan. So I'm going to upload blank ones for you guys if you guys want to use them. Okay, so I'll upload those after. But for you guys who's on this call, I want you guys to do an action plan, and I want you to screenshot whichever topic you want to focus on this month, and I want you to send it to me. After you write what your 3 points are, and I'll go over it, I want you to take a picture and I want you to send it to me because I want to help you this month. Even though I said I'm focusing on my front line and doing a little bit of stuff, you guys are still my directors, and you guys are still my main focus. Above, well, it's not above, actually. My front line is here, and then you guys are right here, my directors. That's how closely I want to work with you guys still. But I want you guys to choose between leadership, PRV, and recruiting. And once I upload this, I want you to print it, write out your goals that we're going to talk about for the month, and then screenshot it and send it back to me because I want to follow up with you during the month in regards to the areas on this action plan. Now, you're going to do the same thing when you use these for your teams. You send them, if you want to upload your logo or your team name, whatever, do that. Ask them on your calendar. I use Calendly, Calendly, to put my calendar up, and then I send that link and say, if you want a action plan, now we used to be called coaching call. If you want an action plan for this month, my texts are going out tomorrow, then let me know. I'm going to send you a form to fill out and then send back to me, and we will get your we will make sure your action plan date is on the calendar or whatever. You need this form to be filled out before they have their call. If they don't send it to you, then they ain't ready. Okay, they don't want it. They're just it sounds good to make a call. No, don't waste your time. Okay, they need to make sure all of it's filled out, and I'll go over it with you right now. So when you do that, they pick a date, then you send them the action plan, they send it back to you, print it, and they could either email it back to you or they could send a screenshot, however you want it to be. Okay, now we'll go ahead and start. So the first one, you guys, like I said, it's based off the 3 legs of success. The first one is going to be PRV. If you have new people in your team, their main focus should be PRV. Their main focus should not be sponsoring yet. They could sponsor, but their main focus should be PRV because their goal should be to hit at least 500 consistently for maybe 1 to 2, 3, 4 months, whatever. And then once they hit that, 1,000, once they hit that, like progressing up. Okay, but so we're going to go for PRV. We want to make sure that they are writing this stuff. We are not telling them what to put in here. You could do it 2 ways. You could have them fill it out before and send it back to you, or you can say, I'm going to send you a form, print this out, and we will go over it together. Now, if you go over it together with them, instead of them filling it out on their own, don't tell them what to write. our job is to start pulling this out of our leaders, to show them that they can get their wheels thinking on their own, even without us. Okay, so this is going to be the method I'm using. I'm going to send it to them first, and it's gonna be blank. The reason being, their very first time, I want to explain what everything means on here, and I'm going to read it to you right now. So when they say, I'm going to ask them, do you want to be, you want an action plan on PRV, leadership, or recruiting, and see what they say. Okay. So say they say PRV. So say, okay, I'm going to send you this, print it out. We're going to work on it together on your action plan call. Okay. So the first box says action. There's a formula. They say A plus E equals R. Action plus effectiveness equals results. Okay, so that's what it is. The action is going to say, what are you going to do to reach your desired goal? Okay, so some of them are going to say, oh, say they have a 3,500 PRV goal. Oh, I'm going to have a bag party. Okay, so they write bag party. Oh, I'm going to reach out to my VIPs. Okay, VIPs, whatever their three actions to get to their goal that they choose. If they're 3,500 PRV, that's their goal. Okay, so they're going to write out their action, the actual action that they're going to do. The next column, effectiveness. How are you going to perform the activities, and what resources will you use? Okay, so you're going to have a bag party. This is where the coaching is going to come in, and this is where it's going to challenge us to grow as leaders. And I'm very excited about this for you guys, because we can't teach what we don't know, right? So how are we going to coach them if we don't know it? And if they do choose something that you're not comfortable with or not strong on, guess what we do? Anybody? What do? Learn it. Go on YouTube. Go on trainings on squad goals. Go research it before they're called. This is going to stretch you as a leader, and it's going to be the next call you have on bag parties. Oh, I know how to do bag parties now because I researched it on my last call. Okay, so now when it comes in, yes, Vicki, absolutely right. So when she says that, bag parties, okay, how many bag parties are you going to have? Now you're pulling out their wheels. Now we're teaching them. How many bag parties are you going to have? Oh, well, 2. Okay, you're gonna have 2 bag parties and you think you're gonna hit 3,500 a month. Of course, you don't want to talk to them like that, but you got to get them to start thinking better, right? Or broader. You can say, okay, well, what's going to be in your bag party? Oh, I'm going to do. Okay, have them start talking about it. Okay, well, the bag party that you give to her, how are you going to coach your host? What do you mean coach your host? That's a failed bag party right there that's going out because they don't even know what they're doing yet. We need to teach them to make sure that they're coaching their host before. Do you see what I mean? The action is bag party. Their effectiveness, how are we going to help them make that bag party successful and effective? No more empty, oh, I'm going to do this, and this. Okay, tell me about it. Have them walk you through their host coaching. I say it backwards all the time. Have them walk you through it. And then the results, once they're done with that, okay, let me know what dates your bag party are when you decide, and I want to hear how they went. Okay, so then after that, that's when they would meet with you for their follow-up on their action plan. I would say give it 2 weeks maybe, but make sure it's in the same amount of time, because they're going for 3,500 PRV. That's 1 month time frame. So if these should be done as early as possible in the week, so that you guys can follow up towards the end of the month. Okay, so say they said, and the reason why we're using Legs of Success is because, look, if they choose PRV, well, what can I do to earn PRV? If they're like blank, oh, what about events, customer follow-up? How about Sensi Club? If they choose Sensi Club, I want to get 1,000 Sensi Club orders, and they have whatever, they want to grow it. Okay, so that's their action number 2. To gain PRV. Okay, next, tell me about how you're going to get these people into Sensi Club. Oh, I'm going to post on social media. Okay, show me your inserts that are going in your customer orders. Show me what you're going to do on your posts. Are you guys frozen? Can you guys hear me? Or you're good? I lost you for a second. Hold on. I'm going off my computer.